Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Raid Shadow Legends. Now, in today's video, I want to talk about all of those accessories that you may or may not have picked up from Champion Proving Grounds, because, I know it's nothing new, but it just dawned on me that, well, first of all, I'm not a big fan. I think I spoke about this in a separate video. I'm not a big fan of these accessories. Why? Because there's so many different sets that they can give you, and realistically, the ones that I do want is the 9-piece ones, which I believe are Protection, Merciless, and Stone Skin. I think those are the three that are available. Supersonic is in there as well, actually. But there's like 5 other sets that, well, like Blood Shield, but I mean, I don't really need this so much these days. But nonetheless, what I want to do is I want to go through all of my accessories that I have picked up through Champion Proving Grounds, and a little bit of because these are so rare that if I have any garbage ones, I want to let people in on that. Well, you could fix that, or you can try to fix that. And some people often ask me, what do I do with my rework ores? Well, that's what we're going to be doing here in this video. Now, before we get started with the rest, I do want to remind people that you can use the QR code in the top right hand of the screen to get King Galkabar absolutely free. Venom H, Tagore, and Farrakhan the Fat as well at level 10, 20, and 30. Don't forget about your pal Pelops the Victor from the Argonauts faction. You can get him for free as well. Just use the promo code SUPERVICTORY within the first 48 hours of a brand new account. Okay, so I did all of the Champion Proving Ground milestones except for the one at the very end. But nonetheless, I have picked up a handful of accessories, and I haven't even looked at them. So the way, and there may be extra, actually, I looked at it maybe the first time. But an easy way is to click the Just New button, because I haven't actually. So a lot of the ones that are here in my inventory, they're a pain in the ass to like actually search for, because they all have those special new substats, and then like how to actually look. If you have a lot of accessories like I do, like hunting them down is quite challenging. So I use the hide set filter button to try and find them, and also levels 0 to 4 and then 5 to 6 star storage. I don't have any equipped. So I wanted to start at the top, right? We got some. We got a Blood Shield ring, we got a Blood Shield amulet, but honestly, I'm not a big fan of the stats because I just don't feel it goes far enough. We have PvP damage, boss damage, and PvE damage. Now, if I'm not mistaken, somebody can correct me in the comments, is PvE damage not also boss damage? Now, I guess this could stack, right? So I have 2.5% on boss damage now here technically. And boss damage is specific to a boss and not wave-based content. But would I not prefer PvE damage? Oh wait, sorry. This is boss damage minus. Oh, I was even looking at this the wrong way. So that's what I mean, is that it's so confusing. You got PvE damage plus, PvP damage plus, boss damage plus, dungeon damage plus, which again is PvE. So ideally, the ones that are here are better than having boss damage and dungeon damage plus. There's also all 4 of those in the minus. So I didn't even notice that, right? So I have this crit damage necklace. Now it's only 5-star, not 6-star, sadly. But it's all damage minus. And when I have a crit damage based character, I'm like, I don't want damage minus. I want damage plus. Right? Now, I don't really want to rework. I don't know, right? Because I'm probably going to get something worse. But at this point, am I even going to use this necklace anyways? Or should I just use a 5-star? I have a bunch of these ores just lying around. So that's the question, right? And then same with a Blood Shield ring. Like what I really, really want, and I want to kind of go through this, like revenge, like I'm not going to use this. Reaction amulet, I don't think I'm going to use that either, to be honest, unless they have good substat, like good main stats, right? So I'm looking for a crit damage necklace, or a good banner that I might want to rework. HP necklace that actually has, oh wait, that's not a new one, sorry. HP with PvE damage plus, but like, if I want to have a good item, I want to stack PvE all onto one or PvP onto one, right? Like I'm not going to mix and match it. The way that they've designed these accessories is just, and maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. Maybe I'm the only one who hates these. but it just doesn't seem to go like this one's PvE damage minus and then PvP damage minus. Like, cool, but like it's so convoluted. This one's PvE damage minus, PvE damage plus, and PvP damage minus on a 5-star blood shield shadowkin accuracy banner. Like, a lot of this sounds nice, but like the 1.25%, and I'm just gonna like take it to level 8 just for shits and giggles. You get a 1.25% upgrade. Like, I feel like this would be more meaningful if it was 2.5% per hit, right? Because you're also losing other stats, right? You're losing potentially attack percentage, or whatever your main damage stat is, right? HP, defense, or attack percent, and you could get as high as like, I don't know, like 30% or something, depending on the rarity and the star ranks and stuff like that. Is that worth losing over, say, I don't think 2.5% damage or 3.75 even would make up for, say, losing like 30 to 40% attack. Because you can't enchant these either, right? You can't enchant these stats, whereas at least the percentage based ones for things like attack, you can do that. So I just really don't like these items. But is there anything tangible in here that we, and then there's boss damage, right? So it's like, boss damage minus? I don't know, guys. I know I'm having like a meltdown on this one, but crit damage. Okay, so crit damage reaction. Now there's a lot here. We got PvE damage plus 3% and a bunch of PvP related ones, sadly. Is there something usable on this? I don't know. Am I wasting my silver just trying to upgrade this? Now I got PvP damage minus at 4.5%. But again, is even the reduction in damage, in PvP damage, is that even going to be meaningful compared to, I don't know, some other stat? I don't know. And it's not on a piece that's particularly ideal set-wise. So would I even want to use this? Now I want to see if I can find any in here that are attack. Again, if you're using a nuker, you're probably using crit damage. Attack-based Sacred Order Revenge banner. I don't like these stats. Is there anything? Did I get anything at all? Anything that might be, I was going to say relevant. We do have a Stone Skin Bannerlord's 5-star. Right? Maybe. We'll take that up to 12. Is that going to 1 across the board? Boss damage minus, PvE damage minus. So this would actually be 5% reduction here on boss damage. 5-star, sadly, though. Right? Can we even get a, I don't know, crit damage? More crit damage? No. Okay, interesting. Bannerlord's Refresh Ring. Again, 5%. These are so old now, right? Like, out of this entire run, did I get anything used? Protection ring, protection HP ring. Okay, this is something that might be usable, right? These could be on the ring. These could be better than certain stats. Maybe, I don't know, but it's dungeon damage minus. I don't really like this, but I'm looking at the set. Is there something I can do with it? PvE damage plus. Now, protection. You want things like minus, probably like PvE damage minus. I would say if you're using a protection set item. Now, I won't see that subset until 16. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to re-roll it. I'm probably going to lose that HP, but I'm wondering if I can get a bunch of like PvE damage minus. That's something that I would kind of look for. Let's find out. We got attack. Of course we did. Boss damage minus, percent defense, percent PvE damage minus. So, other than the fact it's an attack ring, which is highly unfortunate, the stacking of PvE damage minus and boss damage minus could be quite good. Right, if you rolled it up in the right way. So that's like 5%. So on bosses, this would be like a 5% damage decrease. Sadly, it's an attack-based string. So for protection, I probably won't use this because typically I would run protection on support-based characters, which would use either defense or HP. Right? So sadly, I don't know if that's going to make the cut anymore, but we tried. Right? I tried to salvage this and see if there's anything good. Now for dwarves, yeah, we're up here, right? So Bannerlords, we did that. We have this protection amulet that is defense with extra crit damage, PvE damage plus, and PvE damage minus. I'm curious though, can we find a crit damage main stat? Maybe. No, we got an HP. PvP damage. So it's just the difference there is wild. PvP damage minus and boss damage plus. Like, that is basically unusable at this point. Sad. Stone Skin. Defense, a lot of those legendaries. We also two of these. Defense based. You know what? Screw it. Can we get a crit damage? No, we did not. PvE damage minus, PvE damage plus, PvP. So that's what I mean, right? You want to kind of make sure it's all on one side, PvE or PvP, not both. Just because realistically, I don't think you're going to be, you want to make sure that it's the best of the best. HP, I mean, maybe this is possibly usable for a support character. PvP damage minus, boss damage up, PvE damage minus. I'm just not feeling these stats, guys. Like, in general, how they've made these accessories. Am I the only one who feels this way on the anomalous accessories? Am I the crazy person? Maybe. I just don't know if I'm really going to be using these over existing ones. Or it's, I guess because they're so rare, these anomalous accessories are so rare that I just don't know how much that I would end up using this. Refresh banner. There's no speed on it, actually. I would probably just, like, I don't even know if it's worth it, but I have so many of these auras, right, that, like, maybe I would try yeah, okay. PvP damn, PvE plus, it's a resist one, it's kind of weird. There's speed on it, though. Maybe we get it into speed. Right, and I wouldn't use a banner from any of these categories if it didn't at least have speed on it. Protection, accuracy. Usually want, like, protection resist, not accuracy, but PvP damage minus. Right? I don't know if this is I don't know. Resistance, we got defense. PvP damage up, PvE damage minus. Again, completely across the board. But at the very least, these anomalous accessories do not have flat stats. So, but then you have all these other special substats that just get flooded onto it. And that's what I don't like. Organ Tribes, do we have anything? Not really. Argonite's HP banner, Argonite's attack revenge. You know what? Fuck it. Let's try to get this into a crit damage one. A 6-star. We didn't, of course. Okay. Boss damage up. PvP damage. It's never ending. Anything from the Merciless or... Oh, we did... Well, hold on. We have a 6-star Undead Horde's defense necklace. Merciless is good. Could we get this into a crit damage necklace? Please, please, please. With some PvE stats, maybe? Come on. Ah, fuck. Defense again? PvP damage minus, boss damage up, and crit damage. And you can only rework once, right? So, I don't know, guys. I really... I'm at a loss. I gotta say, I'm at a bit of a loss. I'm running this Champion Proving Grounds, and it just doesn't seem very worthwhile, right? Because there's just too much of this garbage up here that I just don't want, right? Protection, Supersonic, Merciless, and maybe a little bit of Stone Skin, perhaps. But the rest of it, like 5 out of 9 of the drops are useless, and it's just RNG central about whether or not you get anything good at all. And I'm not sure how I feel about these stats. Am I looking at it the wrong way? Please let me know in the comments down below. Like, do you like these? Do you think it goes far enough? Like the 1.25% per roll. Is that enough? Also, it doesn't seem to change from 5-star to 6-star, does it? Actually, I just want to go back really quick and take a look at that. If I can find them again. Are they still there? Oh, no. Damn it. Like, if we can find anything, right? Like, 5-star has 1.25%. Oh, 6-star has 1.5. Okay, so sorry, my bad. So it does go up a little bit, but I don't know if that goes far enough. Like, if it was 2.5 per roll, I think maybe like there would be something there, but I just feel it's just not enough. Right? Would it be too much if it was 2.5%? You could get up to 10%. But I think that would be meaningful enough to equip these. Because otherwise, depending on the item, and especially in banners where you're losing out on stats like speed and things like this, to get the right perfect, I wouldn't even say perfect. I'm not sure what the perfect roll even is on these accessories. That it just, I don't know if it would be high enough to make up for, say, the loss of like 30% attack or whatever the stat happens to be. And this could be on any of the accessories, right? It could be on the rings as well. And then we have dungeon. Can we scrap the dungeon damage minus, the boss damage minus? Can we just have PvE and PvP? Then I think it would be better, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Right? Then we would go down from 8 different subsets of these to 4. PvE minus, PvE plus, PvP minus, PvP plus. Is there any reason to have 6 different categories of PvE? Because we also have dungeon and boss. And I'm pretty sure the PvE would cover technically all of those anyways. Maybe I think I'm ranting. Finally, before we end the video, I am going to craft up the relics that I have, specifically the coalescence relics, and see whether or not I get anything from here. So we have a total of 650 relic materials. Now, because it's running again, I'm going to hold off on the purples, because I guess I should be able, or the 50 anyways, I should be able to find some to do this again when it resets in a couple of weeks. So I have 6 chances. Now, one thing that's been asked of me is what happens with these relics, right? So when you do this, it's blue, right? But the coalescence ones are a minimum legendary. Do they roll the rarity or do they roll the group first? Because if the group goes first, then you roll the coalescence, and regardless of the color, you would get a legendary, right? I'm not sure which this is. Please let me know in the comments down below if you're more knowledgeable than me on this and how this works. Let's just see what ends up happening. We got a purple of the standard, right? So it's either it's coalescence or it's the standard. But this matters, right? Because like if there's only a 0.5% chance to get a legendary. So if they roll the rarity first, then basically you only have a 0.5% chance of even less of getting a coalescence with blue or purple. Right? My thoughts is that you would roll the group chance. Okay, is it coalescence? Then you automatically get the legendary because that's all there is. But I don't know if that's how it works. We'll see. Right? We're getting a lot. Will I get any of these in the new category? Let's see, right? Because 4% chance of a legendary. So if that's what I'm banking on in order to get these unique relics, then I'm putting in all this work on Champion Proving Grounds for almost nothing. Let's see. A blue. Cool. Am I going to walk away with any of these? Let's do it again. Another blue. This is an absolute amazing use of my time. Not only do I get garbage accessories, but it looks like I'm probably not going to walk away with any of these legendaries. Now I get 39.5%. So I guess if it rolls into legendary first, then it's 50-50 whether or not I get coalescence. So it's like a 20% chance from here that I even get the coalescence legendary. Let's find out. Oh, we did. Oh my god. And it's the crit damage one. Shocking. So this might be usable. Let's see. And then the bonus, so increases the wearer's ignore defense when using skills by 2%, up to 10%. And then depending on Sacred Order, Undead Hordes, or Dwarves. Now the Dwarves one, whereas an extra 15% chance to inflict a critical hit. I mean, I guess you could have less than 100% crit with this. Where it deals 5% more damage with skills for every 10% HP the target has lost. This could be good for like a PvP nuker, potentially, for Sacred Order. And then Undead Hordes has a 25% chance to deal additional single target damage equal to the initial damage multiplier from single target skills. Always a normal hit and deals pure damage. This could be really good for Sanguine Maria. That was my first thoughts. Let me know if you are using this one or any thoughts about who to use that on. Let's see. Let's find out. And that's it. So I did all of this Champion Proving Grounds work, and I got 1 relic. Now, I guess at this point, I almost want to assume that they choose the rarity first, which means that I'm doing all of this work. And yes, I understand that they're probably going to be around for a while, that they're going to be hella rare. But maybe I just didn't like, I don't know. It felt like I spent a lot of time in the Champion Proving Grounds for almost nothing. I don't really like these accessories. Please feel free to correct me and the usage in the comments down below. But for amount of work that I did to do all this stuff, like the challenge was fun. the rewards I think are very lackluster. That's just my thoughts. Let me know yours. That's going to be it. But before we go, I do want to remind people that if you haven't started playing Raid yet, what are you waiting for? Get King Galkabar, get Venomage, get Tagor, get Farrakhan the Fat at level 10, 20, and 30. And don't forget about Pelops the Victor by using the promo code SUPERVICTORY in the first 48 hours of a brand new account. That's it for me, everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all in the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.